We have the bigger forces. We have the firepower.
So you guys gonna leave bodyguards here to make sure we don't get attacked at night? Last thing I need is my fucking head in front of everybody in town getting scalped like a fucking animal.
Absolutely, Francis. I can definitely understand your concern. I'd be afraid too if I'd receive something like that. But I just want you to see our armed men here. See what kind of firepower we're dealing with.
That's great, but I'm sure they're just here to protect you. I don't think they're here just to fucking for my own safety.
Well, Francis, like I said, on behalf of the coalition forces, we're actually here for you guys to establish a safe and secure environment for all West Islanders so that we can root out these WIA and people who are threatening civilians and actually establish a safe environment to allow humanitarian aid to flow through.
So establishing this safe environment, like, I still don't understand. Are you guys going to be here? Are you guys going to stay here? Are you guys going to make sure that these guys don't come pull us from our fucking homes and scalp us in front of our families?
Well, for instance,
I got a fucking wife and 2 kids, Nacho and Taco, and I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. What if they see their daddy getting scalped in front of the streets because I was talking to you guys? Is that going to send the right message for my kids? Nobody wants to work with you guys if this kind of shit's going around, man. Like, what the fuck?
Well, Francis, I can understand your concern. I have a family as well. I mean, I came all the way from Canada to help in a situation like this because we want to make things better for all West Isle as well. I understand that there's a little bit of a, everyone has to sacrifice a little bit on all our parts to make things better, but in order to do that, we need to work together. I mean, I'm here on behalf of my commander of the coalition forces. We are here in Los Rios. We are here to stay, and we are going to defend this village against any threat.
You guys promised that? You guys were not going to leave? You guys going to stay here and defend our people?
Sir, we are here until that humanitarian aid can get flown through, and we will not leave until the WI threat.
Oh man, that sounds so good, dude.
Thank you.
I'm glad you guys are here to stay and provide that security for my family. Well, like, I didn't know what I was going to do. Come on in, dude. My fucking savior
absolutely.
Right here. Come on in.
Like I said, Sam, my friend here, part of the team, he's going to actually be writing some things we talked about, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
Is there a good place for us to sit down?
Well, I mean, I don't have much right now. I mean, if you want to just have a seat over here, sure.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Well, have a seat here and we can talk about some of the issues that's been going on. Would you mind if I took one of those with me today and I can definitely address some of that?
Take them, man. I'm glad you guys are here to stay and you guys are going to protect us. I just don't know what to do, man. Like, I'm a father and I'm the fucking radio guy here and I'm scared shitless right now.
Well, Francis, I mean, like I said, I can't possibly imagine being threatened myself, but we are here as well. We are putting our own lives in danger to make things better for your people and all of West Isle. And we are definitely the #1 threat to the WIA, and they know that. And they're going to be targeting us now because we're going to be the ones that root them out and get them out of your village here.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Is there anybody else in the home just right now, just so they don't scream or anything like that?
My wife and kids went over to my uncle's place, man. Like, I'm just home alone right now.
You mind if I close that door?
Sure.
Thanks.
Thanks, Francis. So, do you know who handed these out to you at all? Is anyone in the area, or?
I found it under my door. I got this fucking text message, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if they're fucking watching us right now. But this is not good. Like, I hope you guys have guys all over the fucking place.
Well, Francis,
dude, if they see you guys in here right now, dude,
Francis, understand.
I'm dead, man.
We're here now, though, right? We've already talked about this. We're here now. We're here to establish a safe environment. We're not leaving Los Rios until the WI threat is gone. And
Thank
until
God, dude.
we've brought in that humanitarian aid for these people. Do you have a number of where that text came from at all for me? I can definitely address that as soon as I get back. If you do. Do you know who it came from, or is it just
It's just an anonymous number, man. Like, you check it out yourself or fucking.
Okay.
I just.
Write down that number, please. I'm definitely going to be looking into this as soon as possible. So can you tell me a little bit about the radio station while we're doing this?
A radio station?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously that's your passion, that's your business here.
Yeah, man. It's called Spider FM.
Spider
like,
FM?
Yeah, I'm like the biggest guy out here in terms of media network and stuff like that. And I'm just sending out the message to all these people. Like, I was informing them about the whole WIA government bullshit that's going down.
Okay?
And honestly, dude, like, ever since I've been playing this fucking anti-WI bullshit going on the radio, I've been getting these fucking threats, man. I just told my wife to get out of here But I'm glad that you guys told me you guys would be staying around, fucking watching out for us. And I'm glad that you guys said that shit, because honestly,
Let's not close the door.
there's nobody here right now.
Is your family, like, they left then? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they're gone to Mucho Grande, which is like
Okay.
the town just local from here, but it's just away from the fighting and all that shit that's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand it. I respect your passion to stay here and keep on broadcasting on the radio station. And I hope you really continue to do so, because this radio station is the #1 source of information for everyone here.
Yeah, man,
It's
I
definitely
know,
important.
but what do you guys want with my radio station? I don't get it. Like,
Well, obviously, now that, everyone's been showing the conflict here and see what's going on, we need to let people know that, like I've just explained to you, we are here to stay. We are here to establish that safe environment, especially in those trios here. And people need to know that, right? So a good way to do that is obviously through your radio station. And that way people will know what's going on. That way people can tune in to find out other information, such as when humanitarian aid is going to be flowing through, and what to do when our forces are operating in the area to stay safe.
dude, that sounds good, but like, it's just me putting my neck out on the line for you guys, putting out your messages is making me go on a political stance here. That's even gonna make me of a more prime target for them. I'm the guy with the big mouth, wording out on the WIA, sending out your messages and stuff like that. Like, if you guys are here to stay, then like, I don't know, like maybe we could talk about it some more, but if you guys are just gonna be gone tomorrow, then what the fuck, man? I'm playing your messages and I'm a dead guy tomorrow.
Absolutely, Francis, and I understand your concern. And I can see why that would...
So you understand that I can't be taking no political stances, and it's so hard for me to want to put your messages out there. Like, dude,
Yeah,
Francis,
Francis, could you agree that us operating in the area now, us establishing this safe environment, would reduce the threat of the WIA here?
well, it all sounds good, but like I
Absolutely.
haven't seen anything being done here, so it's kind of hard for me to
Right.
agree with you.
Well, me being here is showing that reason, right? I mean, me being here is showing our presence here, showing that we're here to stay, and that we're going to root out the WIA and make them flee, just like we've done in other areas. I don't know if you've heard of some of the other success stories in some of the villages east of here, where we've come from and are already seeing better environments, more infrastructure is growing again because the WIA are gone.
That's great and stuff, but my radio station, like me myself, I'm one target. My radio station is my life, dude. That's all I got, man. That and my family. You know, I grew up and this is my fucking passion since I was a kid. You know, I went to school for this shit.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to San Juan School for Radio Engineering.
Oh, really cool.
Yeah, man, and it's just like, you know, now my radio station will be a prime target, and it's like, unless you guys are gonna have some fucking tanks and some crazy helicopters or some shit watching it, like, how do I know they're not gonna go blow that place up, break through my door, fucking drag me on the streets and skin me alive?
Francis, like I said, man, we're here to establish that safe environment. Obviously, the WIA are in the area, you know that, everyone knows that, but they are operating like cowards. They're trying to scare people, and we want to counteract that because obviously they can't fight us. We are too big for them, we have too many people, too much firepower. We have the tanks, we have the helicopters.
So you guys are gonna post that around my radio station?
Around the radio station, not exactly, but we are actually establishing a defensive perimeter around the entire village, which is even better. So instead of just protecting you and your family, we're actually protecting your entire village. And we're establishing that safe environment so that no one will be ever threatened again.
But that being said, until you guys actually get them the fuck out of here, man, like, that radio station is my only lifeline for income and money and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So, like, that being said, like, am I gonna get paid to push out your messages? And, like what's the deal with that?
Absolutely, I can understand you're a businessman, Francis. Obviously, you need to provide for your family, right? Just like I do, and my teammates here too. But one of the interesting things is, because people are going to be listening to your radio station for this information of what's going on, we can actually make you more popular and have more people tuning in to find out what's going on. You're the only radio station in the area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, by listening to your station, by getting that information to stay in their homes and we're conducting operations so no one gets hurt, and by letting people know where to get that humanitarian aid once it starts rolling through, more and more people are going to be listening to your radio station, which is going to bring more revenue in from your advertisements, which I think would be a great first business partnership between you and yourself.
I mean, that does sound good, but what happens after you guys roll through and you guys have no more messages from me? Are you guys gonna keep paying me and stuff? Like, I don't know, like, cause I'm putting my neck out in the line, man. This is my life, dude.
Well, Francis, like I said, I mean, our establishing our messages and working with you and getting them on the air will bring you in more revenue. Obviously, once the conflict is over, people are going to know that your station was there for them when they were in need. People are going to know that your station has the credibility because you worked with the people who liberated them.
Like, my radio station can only reach around Los Rios. How are you guys gonna make sure other people tune into Los Rios?
Well, I mean, there's other obviously people in the area too, like farmers and stuff like that. I don't know what the range of your station is. If you know.
I just basically cover the surrounding area of Los Rios.
I mean, we can definitely look into how we can go about that. But right now, it's important that people in the village here, because that's where our defensive bubble is. That's where we establish.
But I can keep informing the people in Los Rios. How are you gonna improve that capability of mine?
Well, I mean, you have the equipment here. You have everything running already. We definitely want to amplify on that. But it's a first step would be actually just getting out the message to people, right, so that people aren't confused as to why we're here. And then as we get our messages pumped out, we can maybe talk about further enhancements to the radio station if there's any issues that you're having with regards to the technical aspects.
Dude, you gotta understand like how scared I am right now, man. Like even one little sound like that makes me seem like these guys are gonna bust through the door and fucking drag us out on the streets.
Absolutely.
Alright? But like even then, when I'm pushing your messages out, like where are we sending these people? And like what are you guys gonna be doing exactly? Like you talk about safe and secure environment, this humanitarian assistance, but where are these people gonna go? And once they get there, is there even gonna be there still for them? Because you telling me all these people behind our villages are trying to access this food. These people are fucking desperate all over the place.
Francis. These people have been chased from their homes and are on the run from the WIA and are seeking refuge, obviously. So what we're doing actually is trying to escort those people as quickly and as safely as possible through the area of operations. And to do that, another one of the messages we're looking at broadcasting is just simply for those internally displaced persons to stay on the main roads, to be cognizant of the area that they're going to be walking through, and for even yourself and your family, as they're coming through the area, to stay in their homes, because obviously we don't want any extra complication or anyone getting hurt in the process, right? That would be bad.
But what if people do get hurt in the process? Like, I'm sure you guys don't have enough guns to protect every single person. And then when I'm putting my name out on the radio, like DJ Spider, I'm a trusted source around here, man.
Absolutely.
And once people find out that, oh, Spider's informed me to go here because this is where the humanitarian aid is, or this is where you guys are sheltering people, and there's no shelter, and I'm sending these people to potentially their deaths. How do I know that they're not going to be encountering either no humanitarian assistance there, or they're going to be walking into some fucking trap? Because I'm sure these WIA dudes are listening to my fucking radio too, because I'm sure that they're going to know when they hear the coalition, oh, this is a message from the coalition forces brought to you by Spider. Like, not making myself a target, but these people themselves, and they're going to pass on that, oh, this word came from Spider. So not only WIA people are going to want to fucking scout me, then these people will never want to listen to my radio station again, just in case this information is false or not accurate anymore.
Well, Francis, if I can give you a little bit more of a picture of what's going to be happening, where the internally displaced people are moving. They're actually moving from an unsafe environment into areas that we've already liberated from the WIA and established a safe environment. So they're actually going to be moving towards where humanitarian aid is going to be set up, which is going to be safer for them and safer for yourselves.
So what about like our town here, man? Like, is the fighting gonna just fuck shit up over here? Because you're telling everybody to leave their homes here. So I'm thinking in my head that this is gonna become like some battleground. My radio station is gonna be a fucking prime target, dude, because this is like a source of communications for a lot of people. Like, I don't know if you guys talk to the cops and mayor about this shit.
We absolutely are in conversation with them.
Dude, like, do you understand how hard this is for myself? Like I don't know jack shit about you guys other than the fact that you guys are soldiers, man. Like, I don't know if you guys know how hard this is for me to want to agree to your decisions, but this is honestly like a fucking hard place and hard position to be in right now.
And I hope that it actually, instead of just, you know, becoming what I want you to do, I want it to become a friendship between us. I mean, we both want to gain from this situation as much as possible. Yes, there's going to be a lot of internally displaced persons moving in. We're not actually asking people in Los Rios to leave because we're here now, right? We've established that safe environment, that bubble around Los Rios, and we're actually going to be pushing the WI even further out so that more and more villages are going to be safe like yours will be.
And we're just saying, dude, like, after all this messaging and stuff, like, what then? What if there's nobody around to come back to Los Rios? What if they find and move up and pack somewhere else and just settle down somewhere else now because of all the humanitarian aids over there? Like, then there's going to be nobody listening to my radio station after you guys have done your operations or whatever, right?
But Francis, wouldn't you agree that's the importance of getting our message out as quickly as possible so that less and less people need to leave, right? Because obviously there is no need to leave if we're establishing that same environment. So the sooner we get out these messages and let people know that we are here for their safety and security and that we are dedicated to this mission, the less and less people by chance could leave the area and the more people that we can have return to their normal lives, their businesses, their agricultural in the area, everything else, right?
Well, man.
So that's why we want to get this rolling as soon as possible. I understand everyone's going to be putting themselves a little bit at risk, but we're also here from Canada, putting our own soldiers at risk. We're actually the target right now. We're the one fighting the WIA. We're the one going out there on the front lines, fighting them directly and getting in combat with them so that they're not targeting civilians like yourselves. So I understand that there's a risk to everyone involved here, but in order to establish that new dawn for West Isle, in order to bring that humanitarian aid in, we all need to work together on this.
Like, I get the imports and stuff like that, so
I mean,
there's a lot of risk for me more than this for you guys, man. You guys got fucking tanks and helicopters, and all sorts of weapons and stuff like that. I don't even have a weapon to protect my own family, man.
but you have
And
us,
unless you can
Francis.
guarantee me you guys are gonna be out here tonight, you saw that message.
Like I
They're
said,
telling us they're coming for us tonight.
Francis, we are actually established that bubble around Los Rios, like I said. We're in the village, we're around the village, and we're not going to let this place be ever taken by the WI ever again. We are dedicated to that mission. You've heard the jets, you've seen the tanks, the armored personnel carriers. We're not leaving here. This is absolutely an area to be established to dissuade any kind of threats against your people ever again. And we are going to do that.
Alright, but
So we've already talked about some of the messages about letting people know who we are and why we're here, so that people don't leave the village. Another thing we're going to talk about is about letting the internally displaced persons, when they're going to arrive, which isn't going to be for a while yet, but to let them know to stay on the road so that they're not disrupting their lives. Would you agree with those kind of messages for now, or is there any other things that you would like to make sure people know? I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
we want to bounce ideas off each other because you're the expertise in this area.
yeah, well, I think it's a good idea for, like, these people, these refugees or whatever, to be coming through this town to know which roads to be taken, I guess. But I mean, letting them know what the assistance is, humanitarian aid,
Yeah,
it's good information. But all that being said, don't you think the WIA are listening to that and they'll be setting up traps and trying to, like, catch these people before they get over there?
Well, another thing I'd like to talk about, Francis, is we've actually been working on a product to kind of counteract this. So what we've established is actually a safety line. So if individuals like yourselves or anyone else in the village ever feels like they're in danger, even though we're operating in the area, they can actually call this safety line, let us know anonymously, and we're actually going to respond to any type of safety violation or threats against your people's lives. So we've already been talking with the mayor and getting these posted up on the community boards for everyone to know about. And I just wanted to leave that with you as well, and let you see what you think about it. And obviously, like I said, it's completely anonymous. You can always call the number. It's on 24/7. We're always here.
So just to, like, get the just this whole conversation right now. So you guys are here, you guys are gonna bring your tanks and all that stuff over here. You guys are gonna be providing security for us overnight so these guys don't fucking come and take us.
Well, we're occupying the area, so
What's
obviously,
that mean, man? Like,
obviously, like I said, it's going to be the village of Los Rios is a defensive position, right? We want to protect your people. We're rooting out the WIA. We're pushing them on. Obviously, once the area is safe, we're going to actually move on and help other villages like yours that are being oppressed by the WIA. That's important, right?
well, yeah.
So for now, we are here. You're right.
So what about the radio thing? So what, is there something we can sort out for like maybe making some money off this thing for myself? Because like you said, right, this is my livelihood as well. So I gotta make dollars to feed my family.
Absolutely, like me and my team here, we all have families back home too, right? So we are gonna work on getting the messages as soon as possible, because the sooner we get the messages on the radio, the more people that are gonna tune into you, and the more advertising revenue and listenership and credibility to your station is gonna happen, right? I'm sure you're gonna see that money flowing pretty soon.
What about the other radio stations in the other towns? Are they gonna be getting the same messages, or is it gonna be my radio station playing all over the area?
Well, this is the area that your radio station encompasses is for Los Rios. There's other radio stations in West Valley, of course, that encompass other villages.
I mean, like, you guys got crazy technology. You guys got fighter jets and tanks and shit like that. Can you guys somehow enhance my ability to broadcast farther?
Well, like I said, Francis, the focus right now, that stuff takes a lot of time and a lot of effort on everyone's part. Right now, we need to let people know, right? That's the first priority, is letting people know so that, like you said, people don't leave the village and leave and never come back, right? We want to get those messages out as soon as possible. Once we get those messages out, and once we start letting people know where they can tune into to find out that information, we can definitely talk about certain things we can do to make your radio station better, especially if you've been having any issues. But right now, we do need to get these messages out there. Right now, we've been brainstorming, right? For now. Of course, I'm definitely going to come back in the future so we can actually hash out some finer details. I'm sure you have a radio wheel that you have established, and you probably want to know directly where you're going to place those messages and what's going to exactly be said. So I'm definitely going to come back to you with that information, and we can hash out some more details if that helps.
So I call this, if I got to contact you, I call this number?
Absolutely. You can definitely leave a message for Ryan. That's my name. There's always someone listening 24/7. And if you ever need to record any kind of threat against your own safety, or even the safety you think of someone else's life, it's completely anonymous. And we are dedicated to making sure those threats against people's lives are no more. That's why we're here, right? We want to root out the WI threat. We want to neutralize it in order that we can get the humanitarian aid rolling through those who need it.
Sounds good.
So yeah, I definitely want to leave that with you today. I mean, if you can let your family know or anyone else that you know of about it. Obviously, you've probably seen some other posters like that posted around the village. For now, you can definitely keep that. What would be the best way to contact you in case we need to hash out some other details for our working together?
I mean, you guys can call up my radio station at 1-800-1111-4222.
Okay. And is someone always here, like yourself, operating the station?
Yeah,
or is there a secondary?
Well, right now, it's just me out here. There's nobody else to protect it, so I gotta keep on the lookout so nobody fucks with my shit. I mean, those WIA dudes, they know I'm pushing out these anti-government messages, and I feel like, you know, I'm just a prime target for these guys.
Well, I mean, Francis, it's definitely commendable what you're doing. You're all on your own. I mean, I can't imagine being able to run a radio station, talk on the air, and just own it yourself. That's an incredible passion that you must have. And
Took a long time to establish it, man, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it's definitely commendable on your part, and I want to thank you so much for talking with me today. I can't wait to work out a partnership in the future, and I'll definitely be back to hash out some further details with you. Thanks a lot, Francis. Have a good day.
Alright, you guys.
It's nice to meet you.
All right, gather around out here in the sunshine because it's cold in there.
Go to board.
Okay, just grab a seat, get cozy.